This time our luggage almost misses the train. We visit an evening school and we answer another question.
So it's been quite the challenge to vlog enough to really tell the story of what we've seen here. Part of that is just focusing so much on what we're here for, but then I like to think part of it is because when I'm talking to you guys, I like to just talk to you guys, and I don't like a whole bunch of other people to be around, and that's really hard to come by, is those moments alone, I guess you could say. So yeah, I probably need to work on that and just being cool with, talking in a crowd, I guess. But anyway, one of the main things that we came here to do was to visit the evening schools. They take 2 hours, and a portion of that is to tutoring the kids on what they're learning in the government schools, but then also to have a worship devotional time where they're learning Bible verses and songs, and they're learning Bible stories and about Jesus and how he can change their life. And then also they feed them a meal, because a lot of these kids, they get 1 meal a day, maybe 2. They're not, might just be rice and chilies or a few, onions and a few vegetables. It's really skimpy sometimes. The evening schools are there to support the kids academically, physically, and spiritually. And it's just a really awesome program. So we're gonna roll some footage from that so you can see what that's like.
Our question this time comes from our friend Katie again, and it's a very relevant one, honestly, because she knew we were here in India, and that was, what do we think of India, and what advice would we have for somebody coming here for the first time? So this is my first time in India. Jonathan's been here several times before, and honestly, I think the thought that really just strikes me is that there's like poverty here on a level I've never seen before, and that's been really contrasted to other places I've been. But I think they feel their spiritual poverty so much more than some other places because they are so poor, and so they feel their need. What advice would I have for somebody coming here for their first time? Honestly, I would say, and I think other people would say, I had it easier than most people because of living in Thailand for 7 years already. Do the best you can to boost your immune system, and that's one thing I learned. We didn't bring enough stuff to just boost our immune systems, and that's why I'm still fighting a cold. But be careful, but don't freak out, and it'll all be okay. If you get sick, you're not the first one. If you get sick, you're not the first one. I think the hardest thing here is just adjusting to things being late, things being really dirty, and a lot of that is accentuated when you're going through culture shock. So like, when you're going through culture shock, it's really easy to be negative about stuff. But I think the most important thing is to just pray through those things and let God have control. It will all be okay, and just focus on how you can be a blessing, because there's so many places, so many ways that you can minister to others and be a blessing here. And honestly, it's just wonderful to see how God's working here and hear the stories of how he's working through the people here.
So tonight, instead of a night bus, we take a night train. Actually, tonight is the second night in a row that we've been on a night train. Last night we came on a night train and tonight we're going back. But it was quite a story of getting on last night's train, and here's how that went down. We were going out into the city to like visit a couple of churches. We left our bags where we were staying, and then when it came right down to it, we didn't have enough time to get back to where our bags were and still get to the train station because of traffic. So there were some workers who were bringing our bags. We still don't know if they're gonna get here in time. Hopefully they will. Our train is supposed to leave in like 3 minutes, and yeah, hopefully they'll make it. Just a few minutes before, it was like, okay, they're down there, so they were on the right platform, but way down. So I went running down there, found them. As soon as I got half of the luggage from them, train started to move. And it's like, oh boy. I just grabbed it and threw it in the nearest door. We threw all the luggage in, and then I jumped on the train, and it was, you know, it was moving. It wasn't going super fast, but it was moving. And so then I had to drag all this luggage through, I think it was like 7 or 8 cars of the train. I had to take it through to get to the one where the seats were. It's crazy, but praise the Lord, we got the luggage. It was Hannah's first time on a night train. She slept better than I did actually, but hopefully tonight I'll sleep better. Thankfully we have the luggage with us, and we're early. It's supposed to leave in like 40 minutes, so we're just fine. Train car. Pretty cool paint job, huh? And we made it. And don't we look bright-eyed and bushy-tailed? How'd you sleep?
Pretty good, except it got really hot and I didn't sleep well anymore.
Yeah. So we made it back to
a familiar place, and it feels like home.
There you have it.
Oh.
We all squished into this taxi. It's like a minivan, but there was one other guy in the front of it. Our luggage went on the roof, and 5 of us squished onto a bench seat
that's not very wide.
Thankfully it was only a short drive. So now we're here, and that's the conclusion of the overnight train ride.
And now we get to take showers.